Never Have I Ever News Edition. All today's news stories are inspired by real headlines with a never have I ever twist. File this first story under Never Have I Ever Gone Streaking. Stuff Magazine, which I can't believe that's the name, reports that a rugby club in New Zealand recently had such a problem with streaking that officials said police had to beg fans to stop ruining the game. Ruining it or making it? Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna go with making it. Just after their last match, 5 nudie duties in separate runs showed off their offsides. And they were banned for 2 years. All I can say is thank God there was no social media in the 90s. I think I never had clothes on. I mean, seriously, I was constantly naked. I was like, I don't know. You would have thought I was living in like Woodstock, the movie. Anyway, it was fun. Never have I ever ghosted someone. Yahoo Life reports on a new study that finds that ghosting, disappearing from a romantic interest, is actually on the decline. But cuffing, cozying up with a partner for the winter months, is on the rise. Some experts say it's a result of self-reflection that took place during this last year's extended alone time. That's sweet, but maybe it's not so wholesome and more about finding a cuff buddy. Call me Christine. Next up, never have I ever stolen something. An official in Brazil was busted for embezzling government funds after police noticed a rectangular bulge in his underwear. Yeah, it was full of cash. And finally, we have never, ever, 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 ever been to Mars as a species. But my next guest might be the first human to do it. She is 19-year-old from Louisiana who has already achieved some big firsts. Get this, she's the first person to attend every NASA space camp. And she's the youngest graduate ever of the Advanced Space Academy. And she's here to tell us about her mission to be the first person on Mars. I am betting on her. Please welcome Alyssa Carson. Hi, Alyssa.
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
It's really nice to meet you. You're so impressive. What was the catalyst? Why Mars? When did it start?
Yeah, totally. I mean, looking back, I got interested in the idea of going to Mars and being an astronaut at a really young age, so I don't remember it all perfectly. Me and my dad, kind of our best guess as to where it started, was actually an episode of The Backyardigans. So basically, I had the poster in my bedroom of the cartoon with Mission to Mars, so it's really the only place we can think of as to where I would have heard the word Mars to begin with.
Then my daughter is definitely going to go live in Bikini Bottom because she watches a lot of SpongeBob. So maybe she'll become like a world-famous scuba diver and check out that whole universe. When does NASA think that we would even possibly get to Mars? Like, what are the biggest challenges? It seems so improbable. Is it possible?
Yeah, totally. So right now, kind of the plans are to start going back to the moon sometime in the 2020s and then eventually onto Mars in the early 2030s. So that's the plan. And we're kind of working up to that point. Of course, there's still challenges that we need to do to get there. Still building the rocket, the capsule, all of those things. There's, problems with radiation or food supply or muscle loss of the astronauts. But all of those problems that we do have, there's constant research being done right now to eventually get all figured out for the 2030s.
I mean, there's no oxygen, right? And it's 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Is that right? Negative. I was like, that sounds pretty pleasant to me. By the way, I'm reading all of this off a prompter. I don't know about Mars, but I can tell you a lot about Venus because my daughter and I studied it this year for school. And I still love Pluto, and I feel bad it's been kicked off the list. It's not very fair. But I'm so fascinated with, again, I'm the mother to 2 daughters, and I so wonder who and what they're going to be when they grow up. Do your parents tell you that they're so proud of you?
Well, I mean, honestly, my dad has been a huge supporter basically ever since I was a little girl. When I was younger, he went to space camp with me, so we did all the crazy simulators. We've traveled all over the world together, so it's been a really awesome bonding experience as well.
Do you know Emily Calandrelli?
I do.
I was wearing this Earth First hat when I was talking to her, and then I realized that it was more universe first. So now that I'm making sure to promote the universe first, like, what do you say to young women who are interested in taking care of the Earth or space exploration? What do you promote that young girls should be focusing on?
I absolutely love being able to speak to girls and inspire them to, follow whatever their dreams may be, whether that is, being an astronaut, being an engineer, being all these other things or careers that they can go into. I do know that when I was little, saying I wanted to be an astronaut and go to Mars was about the most crazy thing I could have ever picked. But the more I've worked towards it, the more of a reality it's becoming. So definitely just encouraging them to stick with whatever. And it's been so awesome to be able to have that. Whether it's a little girl coming up to me after I'm speaking and saying, oh, now I want to be an astronaut, or whatever those little moments may be. It's really awesome to be able to inspire them.
Well, I don't think anything you're saying is sounding crazy, and it probably won't to any little girls. I think you are just impressive, beyond impressive. And Alyssa, I'd love to check back in with you and hear how everything is going and keep track on your journey, because it is impressive, as well are you. Thank you, Alyssa, so much. I really, really appreciate your time, and I can't wait to see all the places that you'll go.